वेलकम एंड जय हिंद। टेरिटोरियल आर्मी के द्वारा एक्स आर्म्ड फोर्सेस कमीशन ऑफिसर्स के लिए एक नोटिफिकेशन जारी किया गया है। इस नोटिफिकेशन को टेरिटोरियल आर्मी की ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट jointerritorialarmy.gov.in पर जारी किया गया है, जिसमें एप्लीकेशंस इनवाइटेड है फॉर गेनफुली एम्प्लॉयड एक्स आर्म्ड फोर्सेस कमीशन ऑफिसर्स, ताकि एक अपॉर्चुनिटी दी जा सके उन्हें for donning the uniform and serving the nation as Territorial Army Officers, based on the concept of enabling motivated ex-service officers to serve in military environment without having to sacrifice their primary professions. Now basically, you can serve the nation in two capacities, that is a civilian and as a soldier, so no other option allows you an expense. ये वाली line हटा लीजिएगा, you can serve वाली. So now let's talk about this notification in detail and let me apprise you of the notification in detail. The first point in the notification says about the total number of vacancies. So this says 6 vacancies for males and 1 vacancy for females. Now vacancies are also subject to change as per the organizational requirement. Now let's talk about the conditions of eligibility. Only ex-service officer can apply. Only a citizen of India, male or female. Age limit should be 18 to 42 years. Educational qualification, you need to be a graduate from recognized university. Physical standards, you must be physically and medically fit, and you must be gainfully employed. You need to note that the serving member of regular army, navy, air force, police, GRDF, paramilitary and like forces are not eligible. Now let's talk about the third point, that is the date of interview. So it's most expected in the month of July 2022. Now let us also talk about the last date of receipt of application. So application form completed in all respects will be accepted till 4th May 2022 at Directorate General Territorial Army, Integrated Headquarters of Ministry of Defence, 4th floor, A Block, Ministry of Defence Office Complex, KG Marg, New Delhi, 11001. Now let's talk about ex-service officers to ensure their eligibility for the examination. Now what it has to be, let's talk about that. The ex-service officers applying for the ASB interview should ensure that they fulfill all the eligibility conditions for admission to the interview. Their admission at all the stages of interview will be purely provisional, subject to the satisfying prescribed eligibility conditions. Mere issue of admission certificate to the ex-service officers will not imply that their candidature has been finally cleared by the competent authority. Now, what is going to be the type of examination? Let me apprise. The type of examination shall only be an interview. How to apply? Let's talk about that. All the desirous ex-service officers, those are commissioned officers only of the 3 services, that is namely the Indian Air Force, Army or Navy, can download the application form IEFTA 9 revised part 1 from www.jointerritorialarmy.gov.in, which is free of cost, and they can send their applications along with a photocopy of release order and a photocopy of release medical board proceedings to Directorate General Territorial Army, Integrated Headquarters of the Ministry of Defence, 4th floor, A Block, Ministry of Defence Office Complex, KG Marg, New Delhi, 11001. Now, let me also tell you one thing, that ex-service officers should note that no request for the change of date of interview will be granted. Now, the eligible candidates shall also be issued a call-up letter once their applications have been received, right? Now, let's talk about the selection process. So, finally, as you all know, that you have to pass on the applications to the desired address that has been already told in the video before. After that, the recommended candidates who will be recommended in the interview, the ex-service officers, will undergo the medical examination at Armed Forces Clinic, New Delhi, followed by the police verification for final selection. Now, let's talk about the 12th number point, that is embodiment for training. So 1 month basic training in the first year of commissioning is there, and B, 2 months of annual training camp every year including the first year shall be there. Now let's talk about the terms and conditions of the services. You can see A to G number of points are there, so you can review all of them, and the H point says the pay scales of the service as well, so you may kindly refer these points. 14 point says ex-service officers are required to bring the following documents in original along with the self-attested copies at the time of the interview. So all those ex-service officers whose complete documents are not produced, verifications will not be allowed to attend the interview, right? So application form A, that should be there, so that you have to bring. Then you are required to bring all the educational qualification certificates. Followed by that is the latest physical fitness certificate from a registered MBBS doctor. Then copy of identity proof and photographs, domicile residential proof, certificate of proof age, service certificate by the candidate employed in any of the services. Self-employed candidates are required to submit the affidavit on non-judicial stamp paper of minimum value duly attested, stating nature of employment and annual income, along with a photocopy of a PAN card. Along with that, ex-service officers whose name vary in the document shall submit again a duly supported document for the same. Then release order, release medical order proceedings, latest income proof certificate, copy of PAN card, Aadhaar card, copy of certificates, reports of all courses, discharge service particular booklet, copy of all the latest income tax returns that you file. So these are all the required documents that are supposed to be carried at the time of the interview. So this is all about the Indian Territorial Army ex-commissioned officers recruitment के बारे में. So let me also apprise you all about the last date of application. Forms completed in all respects shall only be accepted only till 4th May 2022 at the address that I have already apprised. So kindly make sure that the last date should always be kept into mind, and incomplete and ineligible application forms and those are received after 4th of May shall be rejected. Applications from a civilian candidate shall also not be accepted. With this, hope the information from this video is all clear. Thank you. For more updates, please stay tuned to the official YouTube channel of Centurion Defense Academy. Thank you. Good luck. Jai Hind.